completely agree. I think at our business, for example, that's something that we kind of focus on. I think I work with a lot of businesses, and I find it hugely frustrating when I go out, find them some suitable guys, ones that I think are going to fit into the business in terms of their character and their personality. And then almost the first stage is for them to sit down and do a 4-hour coding challenge. And you just think, this is just crazy.
It doesn't work.
Yeah, you're potentially missing out on someone that could have been great for the business. You're going to miss out on them. They could join a competitor. And I think that's something that's important for any business, not just startups, to do, is to realise what they need and then to tailor their recruitment process in regards to that. And I think that's something I can tell you guys would do, but many businesses don't.
Yeah. So the coding challenge question is a hard one. I'm against the idea of coding under pressure, especially from scratch. Whiteboard coding is the worst because it's so unrealistic compared to what you do in the office. However, there's a need at some point in the hiring process. There's a need to test how confident, how comfortable the person is around code, and especially how they can understand code and talk about it. So something we have in our hiring process is that candidates are given a piece of code that might or might not work. And so some bits work, some bits don't work really, and they're asked to go through it and essentially talk us through what they understand, what they see in the code, how it could be improved. And there's a discussion around the complexity of this operation or the readability of the code, etc. And I find that so it's still fairly structured because we give the same test essentially to everyone, but it gives enough freedom essentially to the candidate to not get stuck on one particular implementation of one particular problem, and more so it's more similar to what happens in the office really. And I find this a good way to test people's ability.
I think that's a good thing. I think one of the things as well is I think any kind of challenge or coding challenge, in my opinion, should be done at the office. I think when people are assigned a test to do that's going to take 4 hours in their own time, everyone has busy lives, depending on what you're doing. People have young children, people have got commitments outside of work, whether that's hobbies or sports clubs they're members of or whatever. And to say to someone, you know what, you've got to do your job that you're still committed to, that have no idea you're leaving, and then in addition to that you've got to spend 4 or 5 hours on a coding challenge is crazy.